Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome along to another Thursday, another Cuppa Club.
Another Cuppa Club. The last
Myself,
Cuppa
my
Club.
lovely friend Kirsty. So this is going to be the last Thursday morning Cuppa Club. But we're going to be doing a lot more lives, aren't we, Kirsty? And we're going to kick off our whole new series on Monday, the 7th of December. It's going to be an evening one this time.
Yes. Yeah.
And so more people can hopefully join us as well. And if children are in bed and people hopefully aren't working, that kind of thing. And we'll be talking all about skincare, aren't we?
Yes, we are next week. It's all going to be about skincare, skin treatments, what we can do at home, as well as, what we can do in a clinic, and lots of things. So if you can think of any questions, guys, then obviously, you can jump on and ask us on the evening.
I've got loads. I'll ask loads.
Yay! Do you know what? I love talking about skin, and I can do it. I'm doing the face, so it's more than happy. But we just thought with lockdown obviously easing next week, lots of people going back to work, us included. So we just thought, we'll do an evening one instead of a morning. So Becky's just the wine and Diet Coke Club on a Monday. Love that, Becky. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be here with my Diet Coke.
Oh, Becky, you're saying I've got the wine.
The wine and Diet Coke Club. I like it. So today we have got the lovely Steph joining us, and she is a personal coach, and she's going to tell us all about her business and how she helps people. So should we bring her in? Do you want me to do it, Jenny? There we go. She's done it. There we go. Hi, Steph.
Good morning, Steph.
Already.
What does it say on your cup, Steph?
It's kind of a big deal.
I love that.
You guys watch, or have you seen Anchorman, the movie?
Yes.
That's from this.
Oh, that's from Ant-Man.
Oh, no, Anchorman. The one with
Anchorman. I thought you said Ant-Man for a second. I was like, oh, yes. Of course it is. Sorry.
When he's standing in his pants in a robe, it's very odd. Yeah.
Oh, funny. So, Steph, introduce yourself and tell us about you. Tell us what you do and how you came up with it. And can you?
Okay, cool. So, I feel like I'm doing under pressure with my elevator pitch here.
No pressure.
No pressure there. No pressure.
Okay, cool. So I'm Steph. I founded the Soul Project back in 2016. And
I'll just stop you there a minute, Steph. Someone's got another device in the background. I hear it feeding back. Has anyone got another device on?
No.
Or put it on silent or something?
No. I'm going to turn mine off anyway because I've got loads of notifications coming through. So hold on.
I can just hear it feeding back somewhere. That was all.
Hold on. Let's try that. I've just turned my phone off. Is that any better?
Continue, Steph.
Yeah, I can hear you better. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Good. Cool.
We can hear you. So sorry. Yeah. So tell us what you do.
So basically, I'm self-employed now. Let me start where I was going to start. Everyone's got a story, and sometimes people struggle to identify that story. So my own personal story is super important to me, and it weaves totally in with the clients that I work with now. So I think I'd just say as well, the kind of work I do, does come with a bit of a trigger warning. So if anybody's affected by anything we're talking today, please reach out. You're not on your own, and I'm really happy to chat to anybody else there. So after seeing the effects of trauma and what that had happened in someone else's life and how that had affected them and how being given a label at such a young age really limited their life and what they wanted to do and how their relationships went, paired with my own experiences of when I was at school being bullied and all the shenanigans that go with low self-worth, take you through your life, that really creates a normalized existence of just how you think life should be, and you have all these deep core beliefs about how life should be and what you should expect for yourself, and essentially just thinking you're not good enough. And so anyway, moved into my early 20s and then went off to live the city life and lived a big career, lived in Cardiff, London, went abroad and was a bar and events manager. And it was in 2009, excuse me, 2009, I found myself pregnant with my little boy, my beautiful cub, and life completely changed. And what I found was that actually I couldn't continue doing my life before. I couldn't run bars and events. I couldn't live that lifestyle. So I took time out and found my local children's centre, which is in Somerset in Christchurch. And I don't know if you guys have heard about Gingerbread, the lone parent charity.
No.
It's a national charity, and they have branches all over the country. But basically, there was nothing to endorse it. And I was sure that when I became a lone parent, that actually there was going to be loads of us running around like looking after our children. If they were hiding under rocks somewhere because they weren't willing to kind of come out and share their story. And it was really isolating, really lonely. So I set up the one in Dorset and I ran that from the children's centre, and it was just amazing. It really gave me a purpose and kind of reignited a passion in me that actually you can be more than just your title, your label, because a lot of people like to label us and then just kind of stick in that lane. So from that, I ended up volunteering at the children's centre, and then came my family worker role. So I've worked with vulnerable families, and I don't know if you found this with your work, but I was just like, this is it. This is what I should be doing, right? This is the work. I just know it. Like it's where it should be. And then I had quite a passion for working with women in particular, but I have worked with men that had experienced post trauma, childhood and adult trauma. But everybody needed to have a referral, had to have children, had to tick a box, had to be a crisis. There was lots of tick boxes, and actually that's really frustrating when you just want to work with somebody and just help them.
Yeah.
So I ended up leaving children's services and moving over to work for the charity as a peer advocate for people that really wanted to go through the criminal justice system with their story. And as much as I love that, it's still crisis work, and you have to tick a box and you have to have had certain things happen. And I was like, where's the human element of actually just helping people for the sake of it? And when people are ready, not having to then fall into a box to qualify for help. So
it's really sad in a way, isn't it, that there is like a tick box system, and
you have to do that for funding. I do totally, and not everybody can just have a never-ending role of support within our services. I mean, not so much, but there was born the Self Project in 2016. I was just like, why don't I just do it myself and just run it how people need it to be run?
Was there that actual light bulb moment that you were like, hold on a second, I could do this?
Super frustrated with the services. I'd be working with a family, and what was happening was that people were getting to like real crisis point, and I could see why they were behaving the way they were, but we were never given the time to actually unpick that and help people work out why they behave the way they do. It was just deal with the issue. And I was like, this just doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel good to be doing this kind of work. And I'm quite a spontaneous person anyway. I'm just going to throw myself out there, and I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to set it up and just deal with it and just see what happens.
Were you a little bit worried at first, or were you kind of
totally. But I did it running alongside like the work I was doing at the time, and it wasn't until my father-in-law had a stroke actually that I was like, something's got to give. My husband's working. I'm going to go self-employed, and actually that took the pressure off weirdly, and it became more of a let's follow my passion. Let's actually do like really, really good work. So that's where the self-project came, and the idea is to create safe spaces for women to explore their own story and get freedom from trauma from that. When we share our story, we suddenly realise actually it's not what we thought it was in our head. And it's piecing together all those jigsaw puzzles in our life. Sometimes it can feel like a big struggle, but actually when we see it over timeline, you can work out, okay, well, that's why I do that. That's where that came from. And then all of a sudden, it's no longer this big, huge thing in our head. And it's just understanding why we behave the way we do. And when you can acknowledge that, then you can step away from trauma and not have it define it.
Yeah. Do you know what we were saying before we went live, that we're in that day and age where thankfully more and more people were talking, and whereas years ago people would have those worries and keep it to themselves and think, oh no, I can't tell them. I've got to be happy. I've got to be positive, you know, all the time. But we're human at the end of the day, and you know, letting things out is better. And I think talking, especially, what would you say, over the last couple of years, maybe it's got more and more acceptable, and people are more accepting of that. You know, just to talk to one another, to ask if everyone's okay.
Yeah.
You know, so I think it's
as well, not just to go, are you all right? And someone go, yeah, and you go, okay, cool, and you walk away.
yeah,
So, okay, actually, I feel like you're not,
yeah,
you know, and it's
yeah,
that connection.
absolutely,
With people and just creating those spaces. So I know from trying to be vulnerable myself that allows other people to resonate with the story, and then they go, maybe it's all right if I can speak out.
yeah,
And all of a sudden, you're both doing it, and you're like, oh my god, I'm not on my own.
yeah, yeah. It's like, you know, being with friends, and you kind of do have a little moan and saying, oh, this happened today, I'm so annoyed, and they're like, yeah, that happens to me, and you're like, whoa, it's not until you start talking that you actually realise you're not alone. You know,
you're right, we're all human, aren't we? And we all, without, you know, if we're here living, we are going through various stuff, got various stuff going on. It's easy to sort of think everyone else, especially like with social media, it's easy to think everyone's life is so flipping perfect, isn't it? And you're the only one, you know,
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z going on in the background, and you're trying to look after children, and you're trying to work, and you're trying to and it all piles up. And you know, it gets hard. I think, as we said last week, we had a bit of a laugh at UK, I think, about having a mini meltdown. But I said, are you even normal if you don't have a mini meltdown? Are you even normal? I think everyone has to and realise that, you know.
Yeah, I think we just need that.
And it's and it's all right. So that saying says, it's all right to not be okay, and talk about it. And sometimes you don't want anyone else to come up with the answers, do you? You want to be able to voice your things in your head, talk it through yourself, and you sometimes come to your own conclusions, don't you? Of things.
Did any of you see? So Loose Women had a men's special last week. And did you see that? So I didn't watch it live, but I went back to it, and I just thought that was absolutely flipping amazing, because you had 4 guys there, all different ages. You know, I do think it's harder for guys in a way, because they've got that man. I can't, you know, I can't cry, I can't do this, I can't do that. And again, I think that's changing as well. And yeah, you just had these 4 guys just speaking really openly, and they've had so much good feedback, and they're saying that you should do a regular feature, and I think they should. I really think they should. I thought it was absolutely amazing what they were talking about, and yeah, I think the more we kind of speak to one another openly, the better.
Absolutely.
All of us, and the next generation as well. You know, I think
it's about like breaking down like what our perceptions are as well. So I know that from all the work I've done and the stuff I do now, people go, well, I've not experienced like anything really big and scary, so I don't warrant feeling like that, or mine wasn't as bad. Actually, trauma doesn't have to be that big, scary, ugly, horrible thing that we see in the news. It can be like lots of little things over time. Really start to like affect the way we think about ourselves and see the world.
Absolutely.
Something teeny tiny to one of you, massive to me, and have a triggered, a triggered moment for us, a trauma. I think there's that real like if people have decided what warrants like a big amount of support and what doesn't, and actually, when we always dig a bit deeper, everyone's got a story and everyone deserves the right to explore that. And I think that perception needs to go with men, like they do that Stand By Your Man campaign, don't they? And they talk about how men see relationships, not just how women do in Loose Women. And it's great because a lot of people go, oh well, that shouldn't bother you. Like, okay, well it did.
It's different for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah. And how I do things will be different to you, and vice versa. And it's just about breaking down those barriers and going, actually, we all see things differently and it affects us differently.
Absolutely. If something happens at home, and my husband may say, are you okay with that? Is that all right? And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Because again, we're dealing with things differently. Like you said, and again, that just makes us individual, doesn't it? Thinking differently. But Steph, you must feel, with you helping so many people, you must feel so proud to help all those people. And I just I think it's amazing what you're doing. Absolutely amazing. You know, and I think, as I know you, and I just think you're a type of person that you're approachable as well. So I think that's a key element to your job, you know, because obviously if you're approachable, people will talk to you. And I think, I just think that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Is it lovely to be able to, like, say, help?
Sorry, Jenny, what did you say?
I was saying, like I said, isn't it lovely to be able to help people in whatever way? You know, we all help people, don't we, really, in one way or another? But isn't it lovely to be able to help people, have that opportunity to be able to help people? And also on a point you said, Steph, about how you suddenly thought, I love, you know, this is it. I love this. This is I can do this. I can do this. Isn't that lovely? Again, when you find that moment, you're thinking, this is it. I'd love to do this. Various things in life happened, and then you suddenly thought, this is it. I'm going to be employed. I'll do this. Isn't that nice?
Like when you do what you love, it's not work.
Yeah.
I'm sitting now in my snug with my work office.
Yeah.
Like, how I am now, like with a strong mum bun.
Yeah.
This is how I do my clients. This is how I work. Like, you know, it's just about being authentic. Thank you, Kirsty, for highlighting that. Like, being approachable, right? Because you can't connect with somebody and create a safe space with somebody if they constantly think you're judging the crap out of them. And also if you're thinking you're above them. So again, that was one of the reasons I stepped out of that, because I just thought I'd turn up at people's houses and go, essentially, I'm here to judge your parenting and judge whether you're struggling or not, when I've got my own crazy stuff going on. You know, like I absolutely am the biggest advocate for we don't finish doing the work on ourselves. Like, I constantly invest. So thank you so much for saying about how I work with people. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's such a gift. I've been gifted this to be able to do it. But I also have my own little secret group of people around me that I turn to. I go to a weekly group. I see people that I talk to. I do like all different types of virtual healing and stuff. So I'm constantly investing in myself to be able to give back. You can't take your clients deeper than you've gone.
Yeah.
So like my work I did 4 years ago is nothing like it is now, because I was where I was then. You know, when I take my story deep and explore my stuff, then I can go, oh, I get it now. Now I can help more people. So it's just like that ever evolving.
Yeah.
You can re-gift it.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. I just love it.
Great. Oh,
just mega.
Amazing.
And more people need to lot. I think there's a frustration of lots of people invest thousands and thousands of pounds and hundreds of hours talking to certain people, but they don't do the basics. So we can sometimes do all this therapy and all this other stuff. I've myself included, I've done it all like the way I wanted to do it, and I was like, they're not digging to the core stuff. So I like to go back to basics. Okay, cool, let's tell the story. Just storytell and see
Steph,
what.
do you find that people, when they talk to you, they're not quite sure what it is that's kind of triggering them, and then it's kind of just bit by bit kind of chipping away? Is that what you find what happens? So if someone says, you know, I'm really kind of, you know, really down and I'm really sad right now, but I don't know why, and then obviously you would come along and kind of just generally ask them about their life. How does that work?
So the whole thing is completely client-led. Like, I don't bust in as the professional and go, right, all client-led, and it's just following the things that come up. So more often than not, someone will come to me and go, my life just feels a little bit like this, or I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling anxious, or I've got depression, or, you know, like my relationships are struggling, or I just don't know, or they're just really tearful. And that's up to me to create a safe space where they can then go, okay, cool. I don't really know what's going on, but I want to try and find out, and I want to get better.
Yeah.
And then all it is literally doing a timeline. So this is when you're born. Tell me your story. And it's just beautiful to see it unravel, because then they can go, oh my god, that's where that started, or that's where that came in, and that's where it changed, and that's why I behave the way I do, and that's why I struggle with this. And you go, yeah, it's just those steps of like that healing. I think so often we jump towards going, I need to do therapy, I need to do counselling, and they absolutely have a place, but we forget the basics of just creating a space for someone to go, okay, like our story needs to be honoured first of all. It needs to be acknowledged. It needs to be witnessed, and then there comes the freedom, because then it's not this sordid, horrible, scary thing. Like we've got skeletons. There ain't nobody on this earth that hasn't got them. So the fact that you can do that in this way, it just ignites something in me.
Absolutely. Do you know, I think helping people, I mean, like you, Jenny, obviously with our line of work, and when you know, have the majority of my clients are ladies who come in, and I've mentioned it before, some of them can't even lift, they can't even give me eye contact, you know, and they're kind of like this the whole time. You come in and you know, they're kind of mid-40s, and you know, they've got acne or rosacea or a skin condition, and they feel like they can't communicate. It really generally gets them down, and I'm assuming that's the same with you, Jenny, with people who want to get fit and lose weight, and you know, just speaking to them and going, it's okay, we will sort this. We're going to work together. We're going to come up with a treatment plan, and we're going to get there bit by bit. We will get there, and we're going to get really, really good results if we work together.
It's hope, and them hope.
Yeah,
if you
that's
hope,
it.
then there's a glimmer of light.
Yeah, that's it. And it's not leaving them there either. You are going to go on a journey with them. You know, it's not about just seeing someone and going, oh yeah, great, I'm going to book you in for that. That's done. And then once they go, that's it. Case closed. And it's not the case at all. You know, I've seen many of my clients for years, and it's really lovely to kind of go on that journey and kind of see them change and the confidence grow. And it's, to me, that's why I do my job.
Yeah, right.
That is why I do my job, because you're helping somebody.
You, right? That's why people choose to come to people like us, because they go, she gets it.
Yeah.
She's a normal, lovely lady, and she just gets it.
Yeah.
There's no like, you know, nobody feels above below each other, and then you can just do the best work then.
That's it. That's it. And then it doesn't feel like work, does it? Like you mentioned before, it is your passion, and I think
it is.
Yeah, and I think when it is your passion and you are doing it, I think that shines even more. Doesn't it?
I'm the same. I'm absolutely made, same as you two, absolutely made to be doing fitness. I was made, a born personal trainer really, but I'm not what you kind of like a fitness freak either. I'm not kind of like chicken and vegetables and squats and lunges 24/7. You know, I'm a normal person too.
You're normal, Jenny. You're normal.
People realize what they can do with their bodies and how much better they can get. It's not about weight loss either. It's, you know, about people being able to move, get up out of the bath, being able to get up off the floor, playing with the children or grandchildren. It's life stuff, isn't it, that makes a big difference. And I have people come to me, same as you said there, Kirsty. They come to me and they will start talking and they'll end up crying because they want to get all this stuff off there. They've clearly been building up in them. They know they want to exercise, they need to exercise. They don't want to exercise in the gym or in public, and they want to do it in private where it's just about them, and it's, you know, no one else can see them or judge them or anything else. Not that anyone does, because everyone should really worry about themselves all the time. But it's just having that, you know, provide, it's the same thing for you, you're holding that space for someone to exercise, to move, to talk, to get their confidence and their feelings of. And they work on themselves, isn't it? And we all need the same. I do a lot of work on myself, as you said there, Steve, as well. You can't pour from an empty cup, can you? And you need to be able to be working on yourself and your own skills or whatever it is you need as well to be able to help people.
Like honouring what's good for you. So, like, then you get people come to, you know, their best and just tears. It's because it's not really about exercise.
No, do the exercise. No.
They want to reconnect to their body. They want to like reconnect to who they are. They want to go, oh my god, I've just got so lost. I don't even know what I want.
Yeah.
I'm also a part-time therapist.
Absolutely. And I think like the biggest like stuff that's come out of lockdown. I've never been busier in lockdown because there was I don't know about you guys. There's been two different camps, like people that have gone down their rabbit hole and, you know, been totally freaked out by the experience. And I get it. My mum had COVID right at the start. Luckily she survived, but she's got long COVID now. So that changes your whole perception of it. But lots of people went down their rabbit hole with it and, you know, gone down the extreme side of it. But there was also another camp completely of women that were like, oh my God, I've got this time and I'm ready and to explore this stuff, and I can really invest in myself without the pressure of like the outside world. And start honouring what's going on for them. They actually give themselves the time and space to go, okay, cool, right, I need to do something.
This is happening.
What's coming up? And that, I did not expect that to come up at all. It just arrived. But I welcomed it because it then shunted me into going, oh yeah, I need to start looking at some stuff as well.
Do you know when the news when he did a speech on the Saturday night after, I did have a little cry. I ate through a whole packet of Share crisps and I didn't share them. I think I had my husband like came in with a drink, so I was sat there on the sofa, stuffing my face with crisps, drinking, crying. It was a whole kind of Bridget Jones moment going on right there. I did, and then after I was thinking, I think after, I don't know, half an hour or so, I was like, oh, pull yourself together. Like, come on, you can do this. We can do this. And that's when I messaged you, Jenny, didn't I? I was like, I'm going to call you tomorrow. I've got an idea. And then, hi, Jenny. Yeah, I'd like to do a coffee morning every week. Just being really positive and proactive. You can with me, yeah? And you were like, yes. I was like, yes, thank God. But that, to me, like things like this kind of get me through, you know, and kind of speaking to people, and it just it brightens up the week. You know, I think on a Thursday I'm more proactive because I've spoken to, you know, like Jenny and you, Steph, and Sarah's just said share Chris for one. We've all been there. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's not just me, is it?
Items as well.
It's not just me. Not just me. Becky's saying, I teach fitness for the joy of it, honestly. The cardio benefits are just not a nice side effect. Love that, Becky. Yeah, so it's just doing what you enjoy as well. And I think this is the moment as well. If you have been made redundant, you know, if you have lost your job in some way, then you can kind of think to yourself, right, what can I do? Can I work for myself? Can I help other people? You know, this is the right time because you've got some time to think about what you're doing.
You know, everybody's, you know, myself included, like I went live, if you will, with Self Project after my father and I had a stroke. So it was through a crisis, but it went, oh my God, right, what needs to shift now? So I'm a firm believer that just because crisis happens doesn't mean it can't teach us anything. And
exactly,
learning it's how you come through it. It's so cliche, but it's just how you move through it that makes a difference. And you learn more, right? But I think I was just going to say to you ladies, because I've been following your book recommendations. Can I give you a couple that I just
absolutely. Oh, we love this.
I've done it both. I listen to it on Audible as well because I'm not a reading girl.
I know, I'm like that. I'm Audible too. I love Audible. Yeah.
All in my head. So the first one is, oh my God, I adore this one. It's Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert.
Hold on.
I'm reading it now.
Are you?
I've got the book. I've got the book. I'll show you my Audible.
Oh, I love it.
I've been listening to it.
I love it.
What was it called?
Big Magic.
The Big Magic.
Elizabeth Gilbert.
There you go.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
Big Magic, yes. Yeah, I love that. Creative living beyond fear. I'm living that. I'm talking. I'm going to let it all out now. Talking about. Here we go. I talk about working on yourself and your own work. That's what I've been doing, listening to that audio. I've got the book already, but I do like listening to Audible because I just find that I don't have a brain scope to be able to sort of sit in the evenings. But I like listening to things, and it's really, you know, talking to me a lot at the moment about being creative and getting your work out there and doing more and a lot, you know, it's great. I love Elizabeth Gilbert too. I also love her Eat, Pray, Love. Have you read that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Things and the way she just puts it, I can totally resonate with where she's at and the way she talks about it. There's something about her and her voice, but just the whole idea of that. There's a bit in the book, and I tell spoiler alert, Jenny, if you've not read this, but it's a beautiful.
I read it before. I'm listening to it as well.
how like we all have these beautiful gems and treasures like hidden inside us, and it's our life's purpose to find them and bring them out. Oh my god,
I know, I love
well, you know
it.
what I'm listening to on the dog walk later on.
It just gives you perception on life that it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom and enduring life. Like life is there. Like yeah,
I love that.
That if you
What
want.
was your other book recommendations, Steph?
So it's all the rage at the moment. Untamed by Glennon Doyle.
Oh, I haven't read that.
So it talks about like when you've lived the life of like being caged, and then like being released into the world, like living your truth, which is what I'm all about. What I do. And also TED, the empowerment dynamic.
The what?
The empowerment dynamic, TED. T-E-D.
Oh right, yeah.
I'm writing these all down, guys. I am writing these
down. And don't forget, you need what was the other one we talked about a couple of weeks ago? The Why. Simon Sinek, Why. That was the book I need to read.
I live by the Why.
No, I've listened to that and read it, I think. Have you watched the YouTube video? Kirsty, watch the YouTube video. There's a short version of it.
Okay.
I'll send you the link later on. Actually, I could post it on here as well a bit later.
Because he uses
what the short YouTube link?
Yeah. Pop it in the comments. Let's have a look at these comments coming through. Oh, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Robson, well done for putting together these fab Cuppa Club mornings, Kirsty and Jenny. They've been fab. Thanks, Rob. We've really enjoyed them. We have really enjoyed them, haven't we, Jenny? And
yeah, we have.
They have been fun, and I, never say never. Even though this is our last Cuppa Club this year, we've got Coffee Cuppa Club. It's all the C's together, isn't it? It's never, we may do another coffee club in the new year. Please, can you add the book titles to the comments, please? Yes, Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Yes, there's going to be question time with Kirsty. So winter skincare, not winter skincare, is it? Or skincare.
Yeah, we can just put
is our local skincare experts talk about that in December, and we'll be talking about, believe it or not, fitness in January.
Never. Are you into fitness, Jenny? So yeah, fitness will be
much to say.
Fitness will be coming in
Lucy,
January.
one more. Lucy also loves Elizabeth Gilbert's.
Amazing. Amazing.
Definitely read or listen to that.
Yeah.
Amazing. What's this one say? Loose women, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh, we're amazing. Oh, thank you so much,
all right.
Steph.
Thank you, Steph.
So lovely speaking to you, and I know that people are watching this live, or if they're watching it back, I think you are going to help so many people. How do people contact you, Steph? How do they get in touch with you?
So super easy. They can follow me on Facebook or Instagram and just literally drop me a message, or will you guys grab my number from one of you guys, and easy peasy.
Perfect. Do you want to drop your details in the comments as well, Steph, like a link? Yeah, and then you can kind of click on that and be taken to your details. But yeah, thank you so much, and it's been lovely.
Yes.
Lovely, thank you. Amazing. So yeah, have a fab day, you two.
Have a great day.
Yes. And whatever you're doing, have a good one. And we'll speak to you soon. Thanks, Steph.
Thanks, Steph.
Bye, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.